Welcome back, guys. Got a little project I'm working on here today. Saying it's frustrating would be an understatement. I have spent the last hour on this. This is a little different than what we usually work with. Usually Power Ranger toys. Of course, I do a few other things here and there. Story behind this. My son saved his money up. He bought one of these El Cheapo Chinese Beyblade launchers from Amazon. Needless to say, the very day he gets this in, we open it up, and me being the dummy that I am, I was like, hey, let me show you how this works, or we'll check it out, One pull, boom, done. Needless to say, I have the pull cord handle here. Unfortunately, that wasn't all that happened. I thought this just came off. I have spent the last hour. This thing has like 5 gears inside of it, plus a spring-loaded action on that. I've spent the past hour trying to get that thing rewound and all the gears set. So my first advice is, if that happens, the handle comes off. If you get one of these, for all you dads or moms out there that may think, oh, I'll see if I can't work on it, throw it in the trash. It is not worth the time. Buy another one. That or buy a better one. That would be the best advice I could give you. But either way, I've got it back to working. Well, I said I did. I just lost the cord again. Yay. Fun part. I guess I'm going to show you how to take this apart. Okay, you got 4 screws here. You got 2 screws here. Pop these out, these 6 screws. It's not a very, as far as taking it apart, it's not very complicated. It's just making sure you get everything back in order. Thought I was going to save some time and have everything ready to go, but that's the way it goes. The process that I am going to show once I get this string pulled back out is I'm going to show the plan is for this handle. I'm not sure how they do that from the factory. I think this has a through hole and they basically cap it and glue it. So I'm going to attempt to take a drill bit, drill that cap out that they have in that, run the cord through, tie it, glue it, and basically it'll be permanent again. That's the plan. If I don't end up throwing this thing in the trash myself. I'm going to pop the handle off. Slides off there. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to go through this again. But it won't be as bad this time because I have all the gears in place. Let's see here. Okay, so this is your main deal, your cord winder. Sits in here. I'll show you what we got going on. It has a spring. That spring has a flat spot in it. Flat spot has to load in this notch here. And you have to basically, it's hard to explain. You want it to where when you pull the cord that this actually turns counterclockwise. That way as it winds, I haven't got it set right. Let's see if I can get this set here. This may be one of the most boring videos that I probably will ever make. Let's see here. Gotta grab some stuff. Let's see. Okay, got it wound. I'm gonna wind it right up to the edge. I said, got the biggest thing and the hardest part is getting that notch and that spring lined up up with the notch in the casing to where it, when you pull on it, it actually puts tension on that. Still can't hit it. It'll basically put tension on the spring. If you've ever had to replace a ring pull starter on a lawnmower, been here, done that. This is the same except much smaller and much more aggravating. We're gonna get the easy thing would be to actually throw this away and get another one. But why would we be called Ranger Restoration and Repair if we threw everything away and bought something new? Okay. Let's see what we can do here. I still... Hang on, I gotta practice on this. Okay. Like I said, this is a pain. Basically got it loaded to where when you pull the cord, it actually puts tension. It rolls the cord back up. That cord sits on top of this dowel here and goes through the notch here, but it has a like a ferrule that it sits in to hold it in place. My knot wasn't big enough, and that's why it came out the last time. Actually, that was the knot from the factory. I probably need to tie another one once I get it out there and get it where it goes. It's one of those projects that very small pieces, and you don't have enough hands to do everything that you probably need to do. But we'll get it together. All right, see, get the rope pulled through the ferrule. The little ferrule sits, sharp too, sits in that little notch. I've already got tension on this, so basically when it sits in there, it has a little bit of tension on the rope. I want it when it pulls hard, pulls fast. Okay, but that's basically it. Like I said, you have a total in this of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this big gear here. So 5 gears. Like I said, I don't recommend it. I'm doing it because I feel bad because I broke a small boy's toy. He was very understanding about it. That's one thing I will say about my son. He said, "Dad, accidents happen," while crying because I had broke his toy. It also has a lever up here for switching from left to right. Let's see. I want to cross your fingers and hope that we can get this thing set in without anything flying off before we get the case on it. That's another thing. When you have the spring winded tension, it is hard to keep that center gear in place while you slap the cover on. Yet again, I don't recommend this. I think he saved up, I think this was like $16 on Amazon. So, probably could have just got a refund, replaced it. But technically we broke it. It didn't really fail. We just kind of, I guess I pulled it too hard. They didn't expect to have a guy in his mid-30s pulling that. Probably a 4 or 5 year old. But anyways, okay, got the casing back together. The selector for the left or right, you have to get it back on. Let's see if I can get it in the right direction. And I'm not going to pull it 2 or 3 times once I get it back together, trying to make sure it works, because if I lose the rope again, they may have to commit me. Spent way too much time on this. I do have the command center video coming up. Got it out last night. I'm going to try and get it filmed, get it edited, whatever we've got to do to it. Cross your fingers that we're not going to have any major problems, but I'm afraid we might. Okay, as I said, got the rope here. need to drill a hole in this. So I've got to figure out exactly what size I've got to have here. Drill bits. Let's see. I'm going to go, because I know I'll never get that knot loose, I'm going to go a little bit bigger than the knot that they have in there, or have on the rope. Actually, not even used these drill bits before, but I think we can do that. We'll get it drilled. So I was correct. I couldn't tell by the way this was made. I could have made my life a lot easier had I known this. There is a plug in the handle of these. So you could technically run something down in there, plug it, run your cord up through there. I've got a cat that wants to be in the video today. So I am going to pull the rope out a little bit. I gotta make sure I get it big enough to it will go through that beginning hole right there, which is fun. Take the screwdriver, I'm gonna try and push it through. I don't want it too big because I don't want it basically being able to fall out or pull back through basically like it did last time. But the plan is if I can get this through here, the old saying about pushing a rope, I'm going to try and push it through, put another knot on it, and glue it. So hopefully it will stand up to what it needs to for what duration of its life it has, until it breaks again. Let me see, I'm going to have to pause this, see if I can find something else to be able to push that through. Right, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Managed to take the screwdriver and be able to push it through. I just had to have both hands and knees to hold everything. So, like I said, we're going to make that knot just a little bit bigger up there, where there's a little bit more to grab onto. Actually, I'm going to double it past that. So hopefully it won't ever pull out again. Alright, that's much better. I said, as you can see, we got a little bit more here to actually go in that handle. Before that's finished, let me grab some super glue. Okay, probably should have got that ahead of time, but I wasn't thinking. Hopefully I've got a tube left here that's not set up. I haven't actually had much to glue lately. I think that one may be. Just going to put a dab of super glue on this and let it go back into that handle. Basically, I want it to basically set up in that handle. That's what I'm looking for. Pull it down in there. I'm going to put a couple drops on it, and then I'm going to put this cap back on. Have all that glued in place. Beautiful. Trying not to get the super glue all over my hands. Probably gonna happen anyways. There we go. Alright. So, I'm gonna pull this one time. If this breaks, you're gonna hear a loud noise, and that's gonna be the sound of this thing headed towards the trash can. Beautiful. All right, so Dad has been redeemed. I've got the launcher fixed. I'll get this back. Hopefully, we've got a happy little boy when he comes home, and me and him can have some more Beyblade battles for the rest of the day. Like I said, a little something different. Like I said, yeah, for you parents out there, if you like me, occasionally some of this stuff you kind of got to know how it works. Or see, this one I've never taken one apart, so that's why I say when I first opened this up, it took me like an hour because I've never messed with one. But maybe this will help somebody else out if you run into this problem. But if you like the video, give us some likes, some comments, subscribe to the channel. I've got new stuff coming all the time. We're getting up there. I think we got 66 subscribers. I'd like to hit, I don't know, let's say 75 by the end of the month. So, if you know anybody that likes toys, likes to see people working on toys, stuff getting done, loves Power Rangers, recommend them. Send them a link. Share. Like I said, we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We have an eBay store. Got a lot of stuff on there. But got some really cool stuff coming. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And until next time, see you guys.